The Tesla investors are quite angry. We are in a bear market. A bear market is there to bring stocks down. The bear market comes and it stays a couple of months. This could mean that Tesla go even to $500, okay? And this is the time when you then buy and hold for a very, very long time. Welcome on the second biggest search engine in the world, YouTube, and on your favorite Tesla show on the second biggest search engine in the world, Tesla Sundays. Make sure to not subscribe, to not ring the bell, and for no reason at all, make sure to not smash the like button. Guys, we will dive into today's topics, which are the angry Tesla investors after Q4. Then we will talk about why we need now the Tesla bot, what so many people don't really understand. And then we need the performance of the Tesla stock. And then we finally dive into the stock chart of Tesla and see which trends we are seeing. So without further ado, let's go. Yeah, the Tesla investors are quite angry. If you look at the tweets of Chicken Singapore or Dave Lee or Gary Black, all of those trying to find reasons why the Tesla stock dropped. And it was not the Q4 because the Q4 earnings were great, right? Beat on EPS, beat on revenue, great future, great expansion, more growth to come. Fantastic. So what's the problem? The problem is the overall macro situation, guys, okay? We are in a bear market. A bear market is there to bring stocks down, specifically from those crazy valuations everywhere. Do I say that Tesla is overvalued? No, because, considering all of that, what they said and they delivered in the Q4, but still, you have to understand that with the bear market, it will drag everything down. We can have now, every now and then, a recovery, like maybe the next couple of days, or like we saw on Friday, but still, the overall sentiment will be negative and we will see lower lows. We will see a huge capitalization of people that say, oh my God, this is the end, I will drop everything. This could mean that Tesla go even to $500, okay? And this is the time when you then buy and hold for a very, very long time, because this is then the beauty of the stock market when it's all over with the bear market. The bear market comes and it stays a couple of months. I get so many messages. Oh, you're talking about that and the Fed and you are right on that and, more pain to come. What will happen next week? Should I sell all my stocks? It's very hard for me to say something to you because I don't know your risk profile. I don't know what kind of money you are handling. Is it something you can lose? Is it something that you depend on? Obviously, depending money that you have or should have not invested into the stock market, okay? You shouldn't have play with money that you need, okay? Then obviously what's going on with the overall situation, right? How is, for example, the stocks, why you bought them and what is your goal? So I cannot answer this question. I'm not the financial advisor. So what is good for you is what happened to work for the last hundreds of years, which is buy and hold, right? Just buy every month and hold dollar cost averaging and enjoy those times when it goes down. Don't try to time the market. Okay, so many people were a little bit surprised why Elon Musk says we need rather the concentration on the release and production of the Tesla bot rather than the $25,000 car. Now, when you're saying, wait a second, why is that? We need to produce as many cars as possible. We need to bring the other cars, Cybertruck, Roadster, and so on and so forth. No, that's wrong. I couldn't find a good graphic. I don't know why, because it's such an easy question. But I asked Google, what's the reason why people use the car? And I found this graphic here. People use it for work, to bring kids to school. Some people use it for business. Some people use it for leisure, obviously. But all of that will change when cars become self-driving, which Tesla thinks it will solve FSD this year, 2022. Self-driving cars, right? How crazy is that? Now think about it. They are ramping the production of the Model 3 and Y, which is the main mass production car, okay? There's this role of EV going on, okay? More and more EVs replace internal combustion engine cars. But think about it, when cars will be self-driving, it will be more like a Uber network. You will have the possibility, instead of using and owning a car, you know, gas car is totally nonsense by then, you know, in a couple of years, let's say 2-3 years. Because you have the maintenance, you have all the parts that can get damaged, you have oil changes, you have the gasoline prices, you know, you don't have self-driving and so on and so forth. Now, owning an EV is the next big evolution, right? People want to own EV cars rather than ICE internal combustion engine cars. But think about the next evolution of that, self-driving cars. And I think we could see in some parts of the world that people go, instead of buying an EV car, directly going to subscription model of FSD. Because think about it, in Africa, for example, and this may be a bad example, but this is how technology works. They didn't install, you know, hardwired telephone systems, right? You know, with the cable and everything. They didn't have the money and the technology a couple of years in the 80s and the 90s to install that, you know, for whole of Africa, for many countries there. So what they did is they jump off the evolution and jump direct to mobile phones. So more people use mobile phones instead of installing a telephone system in their house, in their apartment buildings, and so on and so forth. So think about that. People like me, for example, I will maybe not buy an EV car, but I will have a Tesla self-driving robotaxi subscription for, let's say, $150 per month and drive me everywhere, and I don't have to care about parking, taxes, you know, also maintenance, like maybe the tires, right? Cleaning the car, you know, all of these things, insurance, right? I just pay a monthly amount. And think about people that just use the car to go to work will say, you know, why not? Why not have a subscription rather than buying a car? So to make this happen for Tesla as cheap as possible, they need to work on the efficiency of producing the cars that will be used for robotaxi. If they will own the robotaxis and then will give it to them, or there will be a mix of people owning them and putting into the fleet, it will be rather the mix than, you know, a Tesla owning a part. But I also can think that Tesla can own 100,000 of cars that will drive around, and because think about, this is beautiful business, like Netflix, like the cloud business. It's like every month's nice revenue of millions of people that, you know, will go by robotaxi. Same like they use the train, but cheaper, and it will be much more elegant and comfortable. You just have your app, you call the robotaxi, and in 2 minutes it's in front of your door, and you will be delivered to a certain place. Same like businesses, they will have robotaxis, robocars, rather than, you know, self-driving drivers and so on. So I think that this is something that people don't understand, that the Optimus then plays a huge role because he can work 24 hours, you know, they can make all the boring work, the unsafety work, you know, and this is improving the being cheaper, or for Tesla being even cheaper, offering cars, and in the end the Tesla robotaxi service. And that's why I think this is the highest priority right now, you know. Okay, let's have a look what the Tesla shares did last week, since the last Tesla Sundays, right? And as you can see, we are sitting on a market cap of $850 billion, PE ratio currently at 276. It's quite big, guys, okay? Even though with the brand new numbers and income and whatever Tesla produced, it's still one of the highest PE ratios on the market, and those stocks get, in the bear market, sold off first, okay? The growth stocks, the high PE names, and so on. However, you never can underestimate the cult status of Tesla, right? So if you want to short Tesla, don't short the Tesla, short rather the overall market, for example. This is my pick. So yeah, so as you can see, the current situation, volume was what is it here? Volume was 44 million shares. A little bit higher than the average volume on Friday, and the overall months is just devastating, right? We lost about 20%. If we are looking into the week, we had a very bad start into the week. With the Monday drop to 850, then we recovered almost to 970, almost to 1000, and then we had the huge drop after the earnings, which is alone 17%. So it is what it is. All in all, the stock had the performance of minus 7%. And again, I think there could be bounce backs. The market is oversold, and how oversold Tesla really is and which trends we should follow. Let's have a look into the stock chart of Tesla. Into the stock chart of Tesla. Before we diving into the overall situation, I want to show you something that was quite dangerous for Tesla. During the Friday, the Tesla dropped below the 200 moving average, which was very, very bearish. It was very good for Tesla shareholders that this was reversed, and meanwhile, if we're looking into the overall chart, you see we are back over the 200 moving chart. However, we are down the 50 moving chart, which is still a bearish sign. So currently, let's have a look how the other indicators are. For example, the RSI levels, I would say, are in the overall territory with about 32. The last time we were at 32 was around here, so you see what happened. And also, let's have a look where else. Here we was also in the 30s. So you can see here, usually Tesla is about to bounce back once reach those levels. Plus, we have the support of the 200 moving average. So it's quite interesting to see where Tesla is going, right? But definitely you can see here the trend for now since about 4th of November is definitely in one and only direction, okay, which is down, okay. Here you can see it's definitely going down. Those higher levels stroke, we had here a small recovery, but anyway, we continued the downtrend. So yeah, it stays interesting. It's about to rebound. Let's hope that the rebound will hold for a while, but I think still the puking of the market didn't finish here.